welcome to the Big Small Business Show, where I showcase young, thriving entrepreneurs who are making an impact in our society. I am Deborah Ezeh. Remember, this show is proudly sponsored by AFRICUNIA, your #1 bio-organic go-to for agricultural produce. On the show today, we get to meet a man who has overcome the barriers set to prevent access to advancement. And this is none other than Jeffrey, CEO, Jay's Bar and Grills. So briefly, tell me about yourself.
Okay, so my name is Jeffrey Okue. I'm from Delta. I graduated from LASU. I studied English and Literary Studies, and I'm a Christian. Yeah,
Of
pretty
course.
much.
Now, you said you studied English and Literary Studies.
Yeah.
Now, that's very different from what you actually do. So tell me, what was the motive
For what I do now.
behind opening a bar? Or
Okay.
owning a bar, actually.
Okay, so then while I was in school, I used to hang out a lot, right?
Okay.
So I now settled in a neighborhood called Bagada.
Mhm.
And I pretty much know quite a number of sports, and I take my friends out. So I kind of know a number of persons. So I said to myself one day, how about I just get my own place and see how it goes? So I started scouting and I found this place, and I'm like, okay, fine, give it a shot. And then here we are.
That means it's pretty new.
It's about a year old. Over a year, yeah.
Okay, so definitely it's safe to say opening a bar is actually not your day one dream. So what was your day one dream?
Okay, pretty much so. Okay, then while growing up, of course, you know, your father will say to you, then I think the highest paying jobs at the time were either you're a banker or you worked in an oil company. So
Yeah.
in my head, I'm like, okay, fine. Because my dad was a banker at the time. I worked in the bank. But of course, when I went through school, that whole ideology just changed because I became like, I don't want to say guru, like I was out there, I was doing socials and stuff. I'm like, okay, fine, I think I'll just venture into something. And then I did sing for a bit.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, you're going to sing for us after the show.
Oh,
So
wow.
yes, you are.
Okay,
So
cool.
this is a big deal.
Okay.
You know, I've been opportune to interview several business owners, and opening a business as little as a pencil is a big deal.
True that.
Not to talk of a bar, it's really huge.
Yeah.
So now, take us through your struggle.
Okay.
How, you know, it was opening,
Okay.
you know, the struggle now that you're opened,
Okay.
people and all of that. So take us through that.
Okay, so now before we opened, Jesus. Okay, so it was, I had been interested in this place before COVID happened,
Okay.
right? Then COVID happened, so I had to wait for like 2 years. And then we started renovating because it was a total fiasco here. It was messy, like, it was like a desert. I had to cut down trees, do everything. It took about 3 months for me to be done renovating. And afterwards, I started putting words out there. You guys come around, I'm setting up, I'm opening on a certain date. It wasn't so easy, right? I placed a few adverts, you know, and I spoke to a number of persons that I know. And then it went well because the opening was superb, like it was filled to the brim. People had to stay outside their cars, placing orders, because they couldn't leave. Because, I mean, it was me.
Yeah,
You
sure.
know, I'm not trying to, you understand?
It was you.
Yeah, but then of course it's had its own downside. You know, you have people that are credit worthy, you know, and then you have to understand how to manage such customers. You can't exactly go all out on them, you know. But then of course you have to be also careful because you're running a business, and then it's a turnover business, right? So it's been pretty tough and interesting at the same time. But 1 year old and we're still striving to be
That's nice.
bigger.
So what service do you render? Break it down for us.
Okay, so the name is Jay's Bar and Grill. So everything you find in the bar, you find here, from the drinks to the cocktails to the spirits, wine, and all that stuff. Then the grills is, of course, the usual thing you find in a grill pub: shawarma, asun, chicken and chips, grill barbecue, catfish, croaker, everything. Then we have our own specials too, right? So we call it J Special. It's a mixture of the regular bread with all the thing you have in a shawarma, and then should I let it out?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, okay. So then We steam our butter. We steam our egg with butter, then slice inside it. Just think about it for a minute.
Yeah, I am actually. And
Yeah, yummy.
it's not good for the show. So, can you describe your typical work hours?
Okay, so when we started, we were trying to close early, but then it became a problem because you have a lot of people staying in the estates that don't want to go out.
Okay.
So most often time when they are here till about 2, 3, 4, I can't tell them, yo guys, please leave. I'm saying like elderly guys, retired folks. And then the good thing is almost all their wives know they are here, so they feel safe.
So your customers are mainly the males?
Yeah, male, female, you know.
Okay, because you said all your wives, that's why I said.
Okay, so why I said all their wives is, I mean, it's an estate and it's an old estate, so to say. You have a lot of landlords that are retired.
Okay.
So they come here to relax, watch football, gist with their friends, stay till. There was a day I left around 9 a.m. and I left people here because I had to go to church.
Wow.
So it's that tedious, even on the workers, which I understand. So most of the time I come around to try and help out. I serve as well, you know, I take orders as well. Yeah.
So is there like an age limit to
18.
come into you? How do you find out? How do you know they're 18?
Okay, so now I cannot exactly find out, but when I see people looking too young and I see what they are drinking, I just tell my manager, yo, do you know that person? He said, yeah. I said, okay, which school? He's in university, I think he's done. You know, some people can be very deceiving with how they look, right? So there's a time I saw some very young folks, they came really early. I just walked and I saw them, so I was waiting for them to place their order, which they did. They only had smoothie. So I didn't have a problem with that. And then they didn't stay for too long. You know, of course I have to be guided too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now we'll go on a short break, and when we come back, you're going to like tell us more about the business.
Okay, cool.
Stay with us. Okay, before we went on the break, we were talking about age limit. So, do you have to acquire a kind of license before you can run a bar?
Yes, please.
Okay, take us through.
Okay, you know, every state has their procedures, right? So before I started, I did some findings, and then I understood even for me to even sell liquor, I need a license for that. Aside from the regular thing like land usage, all that other stuff, but then that I sell liquor, I have to have a license for liquor. So that kind of guides me through the age bracket, so to say. Yeah. So pretty much that's what it does, and then a few other stuffs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is there some sort of inspection?
Yes,
Do
please.
officials come and?
Okay, they come and ask for your licenses.
Okay.
You know, like land usage, tax, liquor license, a number of other little ones, like from the state, local government itself, Koshofe. You know, so they come. If you don't have those paperwork, then they perhaps give you a number of time, like week or a month, to acquire them. Else, when they come, you'll be penalized. Yeah.
Penalized, like, do you have to go to prison?
I think there'll be a fine.
Oh, okay.
And then you still have to get those documents.
Okay.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Okay, now, a lot of people use social media. Would you say it has been of help to your business, and how so?
Yes, absolutely. So now there's a platform here in Bagada, I won't call the name. Right. So now usually what small business owners and even big business owners do is they give them content.
Okay.
Like, okay, we had like a Saturday school a few days ago on Friday.
Yeah, sure.
So I had to post it on that platform, and of course a lot of people commented and followed us on social media and requested for their own headsets via that platform.
Nice.
So yes, it really does work.
Okay, so take us through the advantages. Let's start with disadvantages first.
Of
the business.
Yes,
I want to let it out.
Okay, so usually I go to bed, say what, 12:01?
Really?
Yeah, usually like on a very not so good day. Like those are days that I go to bed really late. But now, sweet Jesus, the times I go to bed 4, 5, and I'm so exhausted, and I have to be back here like very early. Perhaps I'm hosting a birthday, I'm doing something. You know, I have other things I do, but then of course I have to come and supervise to make sure everything's in place. And I go and take care of other business, and I come back here to be sure everything is good. So that is one. Then two, I'm not such a good drinker. I'm lightheaded. For
someone that sells liquor.
So now, okay, so while growing up, I think I wasn't even drinking too much, but then I have, so should I use gra? I have beginning, but I don't have ending.
Okay.
Yeah, so now here, all that time has passed, so it has weighed off me. So now, if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going home. Like, I'll be so tired. And then I have this good relationship with my customers. There are times they don't want me to leave, not because they want anything from me, but because they want me to stay with them. They end up buying me what I want to drink. I'm like, no. They say no. If I don't drink, they will leave. I'm like, okay, give me 1 cup. You know, it's been fun, and of course, that is pretty much the only disadvantage I have.
Yeah, the stress part.
The stress part.
So what about the advantages?
Yeah, I get to meet people, right? Yeah, I've met a few number of affluent people.
Nice.
Yeah, you know, and then they brought a few business ideas that we're trying to work out. Yeah, and when I say I mean like real good affluent people.
Yeah, and
like people I know I don't usually talk to.
Yeah.
And then when this place started, they insisted they wanted to meet me, and they met me, and then we had a conversation, and it went well, and it became cool.
So far, this business has been good to you.
Yeah, and everybody.
And everybody.
For real, I mean, I've been here like 2 times. I've seen a few real estate guys come to, they probably buy and a seller.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so they struck the deal here. Yeah.
And that's good.
For real.
So, do you have any advice for anyone who would see this and will think of starting a bar business?
Yes, of course. I mean, it's okay. I'm not trying to promote it or promote alcohol, but then of course, even the rich, the good, the bad, they all have to take some kind of alcohol to help them relieve,
of course, stress.
You know, so setting up a bar is good. Just be sure where you're putting it, the location, and the kind of people you want to attract. Yeah. So I think that's the key thing about owning a pub. You can't just set it up anywhere and attract not the kind of people you think you can afford to accommodate. You know, so that's it.
Thank you very much, Jeffrey, for coming on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's all we have for you on the Big Small Business Show today. Thank you, AFRICUNIA, for making today's episode possible. I am Deborah Ezeh. Remember to always dream big, stay focused, and make it happen.